Imagine being an art teacher and a student comes up to you and says, "I'm not good at art." How do you respond? What does this say about the current state of art in our education system? Why is it so hard for every student to believe that they're an artist? Why is it driven into students' heads that if they aren't talented, they can't do art? I believe this mindset is due to the lack of arts integration in both the art classroom and the general education classrooms. And I want everyone in the audience to close their eyes and think back to a personal experience they had with art in elementary school. Visualize your kindergarten classroom or maybe even the art room. Art was all around you, wasn't it? From colorful room decorations to arts and crafts time that occurred daily. Now visualize your high school geometry room or maybe your biology lecture hall in college. I'm guessing it's something like rows of desks, white walls, maybe even windowless. Pretty different, huh? Now open your eyes. Why does this change the older students get? Why can't art be integrated into middle and high school classrooms as well? Why does art become restricted to a once-a-week special activity? A couple courses I've taken at Miami University, including Innovation, Creativity, and Design Thinking, and Physical Science for Teachers Education, we consistently discuss the importance of exercising creativity and imagination. There are a few discussions in particular that stand out in my mind. These conversations business majors and engineering majors and people who didn't encounter the arts on a daily basis like myself. We talked about how their high school and college careers have revolved around passing tests and always having the right answer. This is so different from my education experience where I'm consistently using my creativity and imagination. Growing up, these are two traits every child has no problem using. It's not until middle and high school when these skills begin to be pushed to the side due to standardized testing and core subjects. Why though? These are two traits that can set you aside in future endeavors. It strengthens problem-solving skills and the generation of new ideas. I'm about to make a pretty bold statement most of you are probably going to disregard, which is every student is an artist. No, scratch that. Every person on this planet is an artist. Of course you're not going to believe me. Why would you? Most of you are probably told growing up that you had to have talent to be an artist. Well, I'm here to tell you that isn't true. Every student has an artistic voice, and arts integration is a great place to start getting students comfortable with this idea. Where students are used to going to school every day, they may not be as familiar with practicing the arts. If we begin exposing students to the arts in general education classrooms, this will strengthen their confidence in their artistic voice. In the fall semester of 2015, I was placed in a third grade language arts classroom with the intentions of developing a lesson plan that integrated the arts with language arts. I decided to create a writing lesson where students created a three-dimensional creature that served as inspiration for a narrative story that they then illustrated two-dimensionally. Throughout the lesson, my students were able to learn about a contemporary artist, the comparison of two- and three-dimensional art, and how to write a narrative story. This lesson got my students excited to learn because of the hands-on art project that then allowed for them to create a story of their own. Throughout the course of the lesson, my students would pull me aside and tell me about ideas they had for their narrative story. How often do you see students getting this excited in the classroom? This lesson allowed for my students to use their creativity, something that is commonly suppressed in the classroom, to not only create a piece of art, but to learn about a new writing style. The visual arts are something I've always been able to personally connect with, and arts integration has allowed for me to explore other subjects. In high school, I found myself excelling at those random projects where you had to create a brochure about a classical novel or create a visual map of the chronological events in U.S. history. In college, I found myself paying a little bit more attention in my history classes when my professors pull up images of artwork from the time period. Arts integration has allowed for me to bridge gaps between different subjects, and I find myself retaining and understanding information more when I can use the visual arts. Arts integration can be helpful to all students, whether you're integrating art into the general education classroom or vice versa. This is where those students who may not think that they're talented enough to be an artist can get familiar with the arts through a subject they excel in, whether it's math, writing, or English. This can create a bridge between general education and the arts. Arts integration allows for learning gaps to be closed. This change starts with the art teacher. Art teachers need to be resources to general education teachers, whether they're hosting workshops about the basics of arts integration or just being a general resource to the faculty of their school. The change starts in the art classroom. Now let's get out there and make every student believe that they're an artist. Thank you.